September 30th, 2017, and we just hit 20,000 miles. Well. It is a glorious day to drive a Mopar. Doesn't matter what trim level, doesn't matter if it's a truck, SUV, a car. If you're driving it, it's a great day. So, Mopar community, wanted to talk to you today about this 2018 beauty we all know as P38 and the fastest and most amazing color destroyer gray. And I want to talk about the fact that on our round trip in a day to Louisiana and back on yesterday, we hit the 20,000 mile mark. Hey, some people say it's only 20,000 miles. Mind you, it's a 2018. We bought on September 30th of last year, and so it's less than a year. I'm glad I didn't lease it because I love driving it way too much. I bought it to drive. Some people buy it to collect and sell later, so miles is not your best friend, but I bought it to enjoy it, to not see what I can break, but see how far Mopar engineering has really come from the very first Mopar I bought, which was when I came back from Korea and I joined the Army. I was like, man, I saved up this money. I want a truck. I'm getting a Dodge, but I don't need no big truck. I'm single. I didn't have any kids. I didn't even have a house. I knew I was going to be living in the barracks. So, got me a 1998 Dodge Dakota SLT in emerald green, extended cab with a bed cover, V6, manual 5-speed. Never used first gear. That V6 had more than enough power to sit on a hill in second gear and still take off and break traction. Love that truck. Anyways, back on topic. I've always loved how their engineering and the things that they do to their vehicles, how they've just, it's grown. And one thing I may miss, a CD player. I still have some custom CDs I made, some jams, some mixes I made, which, yeah, I can reproduce that playlist on my phone or on a thumb drive and stick it in the armrest, and it's not the same though. That blood, sweat, and tears has already happened. Just want to put the disc in and go. Anyhow, so I guess I want to give a little 20,000 mile review. We can talk about all the things I've done, and yeah, let's talk about all the things I've done to this baby. We all know the intake has gone through many changes. Many. Started out with just the Hellcat upper. Well, first off, I started out trying to use a Dremel and cut out all the grooves, those little boxes inside the upper. That was going to be a hell of a task. So I said, you know what, screw this, I'm just buy a Hellcat upper. That'll get it done. Bought a Hellcat upper, got started with that, and well, what do you know? The tube was too long for everything to fit back together. So I made a custom intake tube to work with it, but found out had a hole for a mass airflow sensor, which the 5.7s don't have. So I fabricated some plastic, made a template out of cardboard, basically made a way to close that hole, and then months later decided, why don't I just cut that piece off of the upper because it's too long anyways. Cut that off. You can go through my old videos to see everything I've done intake wise, but the basic setup now is a 3.5-inch aluminum tube with 3.5 inch silicone 4-ply 90-degree elbow, then 3.5 to 4.5 silicone 4-ply to go from the aluminum intake arm to the Hellcat upper. Got a Hellcat lower, Hellcat snorkel, and a front air dam for chargers, so that I'm pulling fresh air from right beside the driver's side headlight to pull the air in. And then I followed the Everwise Burnsies RT, shout out, and I bought a 3.5 5-ply silicone sleeve and slipped it over the top of the aluminum tube, and so far it's working out good. Just keeping temperatures low. It's even when I sit idle and it heats up, it helps return temperatures back to between 3 to 7 degrees from ambient temperature, which is, there's no real such thing as cold air intake unless you actually have an intercooler or something that's going to make the air colder than ambient air. So if anything, it's just you're battling to be close to ambient air temperatures. Sorry, starting to slide a little. Magnet's not doing its job. Other than that, exhaust wise, that was the first thing I really did. Was I had 60 miles on the car and I went straight to Midas and said, hey, chop off the resonators, put some straight pipes back there, and let's see how it sounds with the factory mufflers. Sounded all right. The factory mufflers are free flow mufflers if you take them apart and look at them, but it still wasn't enough for me. I knew where I was going to need to go, which I went with Full Bore, which, if you don't know who they are, they're the same exact design as Flowmaster Super 10s, like identical. So that's the route I went. I love it. It's the same thing I did on my 2009 RT Challenger, my 2012 SRT8 Challenger, and my 2014 Ram 1500. They all had the same exhaust. So if I know what I like, I know what I'm looking for. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Sounds good. I love it. Then I started doing some appearance, which is normally not me, because I love the look of this car by itself and just the color. It probably got asked 5 or 6 times on a road trip to Louisiana yesterday. What's the name of that color? Man, that's different. Is that a custom color? That really pops. I mean, hey, that's why I bought it when I wasn't in the market for a car. But I've gone with tinting on the taillights. I've actually gone to 2 different pieces on the racetrack. Before I had Charger RT on there, and then I won a prize, and now I have P38 on the back there. I also got the side markers all tinted all the way around, front and back. I have the American flag on the sunroof, American flags on the rear passenger windows. I've got reflective stripes on the center of the hood. I've been a busy little beaver in less than a year. I've got the rear window spoiler, which that was my biggest shot. I got that for under $100 off of eBay, and the company in Taiwan actually color matched to Destroyer Gray. You can't complain. Love the look. I think what I need to invest in next is a different magnet or a different fold holder to keep this joker from sliding. But the video must go on. Other than that, interior-wise, after I got in my accident in my truck, we went ahead and purchased a dash cam. I have it up by the rear view mirror, and best 20 bucks I ever spent. Sound quality is okay, it's 20 bucks, but the video quality is great. piping around the shifter, inside the doors, and around the gauge display. I just went with gray because I like to keep it simple. I don't need it to clash. I did some billet technology bling under the hood. Got a Drake front strut tower bar. Works amazing. And I also went with spoons, rear sway bar end links. 2 best suspension mods I think I've ever done on any vehicle, and that's even considering all the vehicles I've lowered in my past. It really makes the car feel solid in a turn at high speeds or at sporty speeds, because it's not really a high speed if you're in a turn at 35, but it's recommended to be at 15. 35 is not a high speed. It's higher than recommended, so it's a sporty speed. That's my terminology anyways. But upgraded the tires, went with a Turo AZ 850s in the rear, 275 40s, and up front I went with Falcon's parent company, Otsu. I went with their FP 8000. I went 255 45s up front. Those are actually super sticky. I may look into seeing if they have some 275 40s to swap out and put those in the rear, because I love the way those grab whenever I'm in some cornering situations, which I like to find myself in quite often. Other than that, I also did the Pursuit or the Police rear valance swap, because I didn't want to do a full SRT or scat back rear bumper just so I could get the round cutouts. So I did the Pursuit swap so I could put 4-inch round tips in the back. Did that, happy with that. Pretty painless process. And then, as you've seen in my recent videos, I've added LED lights in the grille. They come up into the engine bay, and there's a review on those already coming soon. Just did that a couple of days ago. I let them run for the entire trip just to see how they would act after being on for 12 hours or so. And I only paid $16, so I'm expecting to find some problems. Just not sure what the problems are going to be until I finish looking at what we're working with. Other than that, well, it's been a fun journey. I'm going to continue on this journey. Hope you stay along with me. And if you are new to my channel, hit that like button, subscribe, hit it again, hit that little bell a second time so that every time I upload content, you get a notification. And I plan on doing more content than I have been doing now that I've gotten my schedule under control. Other than that, thanks for watching, and y'all have a Mopar day.